Nestling under the Worcestershire Beacon in the town of Great Malvern is a priory dating back to 1085. But why is Morgan100 here? The clue lies in the adjacent car park. It's February the 7th, and at the Abbey Hotel, adjacent to the Priory, the UK's Morgan Sports Car Club is having its annual dinner dance. It's a time to catch up with old friends and present awards to the club's competition winners. New chairman Brian Lee had the honour of proposing the toast.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding. The toast is the Morgan Centenary.
It's a delight to be amongst people who are so interesting, so nice, so friendly, so supportive, so much more than just customers, to be honest. And my book's selling well. I don't actually make a lot of money out of that. By the way, just a tip. If you can find one that's unsigned, it's twice as valuable. I wish I'd included a chapter on 1909, because I think it'd be quite interesting to know what was going on in 1909. Shackleton discovered the South Pole. Blériot crossed the Channel. And of course the Ford Model T was announced. The other thing that happened was Geronimo died. Now Geronimo? Yeah, Geronimo, the Apache chief. He died in 1909. And I'd like to think his spirit lives on in Morgan. Geronimo, yes. Every time you get in your Morgan, I suggest you don't go off the edge of a cliff, but shout, Geronimo! Actually, we're also, by the way, we're going to do the centenary next year as well, because we're enjoying it so much. And we do think that we'll get a lot of the things right next year that we haven't got right this year. Anyway, thank you very much.
Did somebody say Geronimo? There was little doubt that that spirit was living on when we visited the Midland Centre's field trials just 3 weeks later. A few miles from the Malvern Hills, Lintridge Farm is famed for producing the earliest asparagus in the UK. But nobody had asparagus in mind that day, as competitors such as Nick Charlesworth skillfully steered their cars around the 6 trial courses. And it wasn't just for the four-wheelers. Richard Hoskins' F4 proved that anything a plus 4 can do, an F4 can, well, at least have a go. Now that's what we call the spirit of Geronimo. And this being a Morgan Sports Car Club event, other marques were warmly encouraged to take part. And it's appropriate that a Bugatti Type 13 Brescia was there to represent another car company also having a centenary. This little Brescia, brought along by Edmund and Alex Burgess, proved that the Italian spirit was just as great as Malvern Links. And from a 70-year-old car to Ian Cummings' 7-week-old Aero 8, everybody was giving it their best shot. Surely, if anything could get up these hills, then 4.8 litres of raw power should. And again, maybe those tyres aren't quite the right ones. I hitched a ride in a rather unusual 4.4. Richard Bradley has fitted a 2.4 Peugeot turbo diesel engine to this car. Nothing wrong with that. After all, it's not the first Morgan to have a Peugeot engine. As we turned around at the top, you could see the Malvern Hills in the background, and also you can get a sense of the inclines involved. Now, the Chrysler team with their bouncing passengers. John Chilman mastered this one with a little bit of help. However, the Morgan stewards had one last trick up their sleeve to put them in their place.
Sorry, wrong route.
Tim Walter in his 4-4 showed that it was all about taking part. Every driver had 5 attempts at each trial, and Tim was getting a little bit further every time. Husband and wife team Rob and Lynn Fitzhugh had many successes, and both managed the top score of 0 on every run. Overall winner in the 4-4 class was Dave Sapp with his passenger Darren Bunn, making it look quite easy. Nobody could remember how many years they've been doing this, but everyone agreed they'd be back next year.